World's a crazy place. You love it or you hate it. You love it and you hate it, right? I mean, it's both.
So tell us what happened from the beginning.
I'm pretty sure that he just stood up off the couch and jumped through the fucking window.
He was infectious, like his mood and his laugh.
He was on his hands?
The blood was on his hands, yeah.
When did you start to get mad?
When I started believing that I was not being told the whole story.
Mom.
You know, he was always encouraging people and always making people feel special.
I don't buy suicide. I just don't.
Someone's died. Someone's got a bloody nose. Something happened.
Yeah, you could kill it now.
Oh.
No.
Seth worked 2 shifts at restaurants that night, in the morning at Commander's Palace and at night at Gree. He fell to his death the morning of October 28th, out a 12th floor window in the Saratoga Lofts building in the CBD. Seth had drugs in his system and he was hanging out with 2 of his friends from back home, North Carolina. They say Seth jumped through the window, and when police arrived, one of those friends had a bloody nose. The police report says suicide, and the autopsy report also says suicide. But the Donaldsons have so many questions about how Seth died that they're continuing to push for answers. And there were questions in my mind, too, that I just couldn't seem to shake. So we came here to Hendersonville, North Carolina, thinking maybe this is the place to start. And we found a lot of answers, but still have a lot of questions.
Was he shot? No.
First we heard a balcony.
He fell onto a balcony.
There'd been a fight or
What?
he'd fallen through a window.
What happened?
Taking a little video right now.
Why are you taking a video?
The autopsy report says suicide. The police report says suicide. But the Donaldsons and even some of those with ties to the investigation say they're not so sure.
What made you guys feel like you needed to investigate this yourself, basically?
Because just none of it just didn't make sense.
It helps, I guess, to be doing the investigation because I feel like I can do something.
I mean, you feel it every single meal.
1.5 cups of water,
He's a chef.
orange juice, lemon juice.
Phone calls, emails,
This is
social media.
lemon ginger.
30, 20 milligram roof pebbles going 40 miles an
never
hour.
not
I mean,
gonna
this
be
has
thought
become
about.
my job. Phones, there were drones
For the rest of my life.
Oh, everywhere I go now and punch windows.
Yes! Do you miss him? Yes. Yes, I miss him every day.
We met Abby Hudson at Jump Off Rock. It's a scenic overlook on top of a rock that juts out over the Smoky Mountains. She says she and Seth used to come here a lot to talk about just about everything.
He was infectious, like his mood and his laugh and everything was, but like his perspective on life was infectious.
There's just not many people in your life that care for you in the way that Seth cared about people.
Michaela Bignino met Seth in culinary school, and their friendship, as platonic as it was, went well beyond food.
He just had a very high emotional quotient. He was very empathetic and he could pick up on, you know, what was wrong with people.
Seth had a job lined up at a new restaurant. Amy says they talked about it the night before he died at around 10:30.
He started his countdown, 20 more days till I come home.
Michaela was proud of her culinary school classmate. She was excited that he was getting a chef's job at a brand new restaurant, And within minutes of meeting her, it was clear how much she misses him.
We all want to know what happened because there's no part of me that thinks that he would want to commit suicide or want to jump out of a window.
We're not afraid of suicide. We're not criticizing anyone whose family succumbed to suicide, but we know the people Seth was with. And to call this a suicide is to give those other two an out and not explain their motives or what was going on in all the details.
Those two of Seth's friends from high school, who we'll call John and Kelly. Those are not their real names. We're changing them because John and Kelly are not accused of a crime. They're witnesses to a death. Amy says John posted this video in the comments on one of her Facebook posts just a few hours before Seth died. Here's how Kelly describes the night to police in the NOPD's body camera footage.
Did he drink a lot when he was on bourbon? Did he drink?
None of us drank.
Okay.
None of us drank. We were just walking around enjoying the environment.
Okay.
I think he made one mistake. Hanging out with a friend shouldn't have hung out with.
I just felt like he got mixed into the wrong crowd, and he's very impressionable.
He got arrested, and
Was that a wake-up call?
I didn't get him out of jail. He's 28 days in jail. I mean, I could have gotten him out, but I'm not going to get him out.
The soccer fields that Seth played on is a park over that way. Soccer mom, tennis mom, basketball mom, a cross-country mom, swim mom.
Detective.
We don't know what in the world could have changed. Somebody deleted stuff.
Minimum amount
There's
of
a
cocaine that you can have.
lot of questions here.
There were 70 pages of emails that I had sent to Marcia Scallon.
Amy's work on this case has been staggering. When we visited, she showed us this big binder that she has that's full of information, leads that she's found on the investigation, and what she says are problems with how police have handled theirs.
So you had 51 points that you felt
51.
were mishandled by police.
Amy is a very driven person already. I feel like if anybody's capable of getting to the finish line, it's her and Scott. I mean, and they loved Seth so much.
Is it hard to watch them?
Yes. That's why I avoid it sometimes.
For months, Amy's mind has been mired in questions. Did Seth jump? Did he fall? What happened to a key piece of evidence in the case? And how do you fall through a glass window 12 stories high?